Have you ever seen a student build a kingdom? Long ago, in the peaceful forests of Karnataka, a young boy was growing up under the guidance of his grandfather. His name was Mayurasharma. His grandfather, Mayurasharma, was a respected scholar. Together they spent their days studying sacred texts. Mayura was not trained to become a warrior, he was raised to become a scholar. But destiny had something very different waiting for him. To continue his studies, Mayura and his grandfather traveled to the great city of Kanchipuram. At that time, Kanchi was one of the greatest centers of learning in India. It was the capital of the powerful Pallava dynasty. One day, Mayura and his grandfather were walking through the busy market streets of Kanchi. Suddenly, royal Pallava guards came marching through the street. A guard pushed them aside harshly. Mayura stood there, shocked. His respected grandfather had been humiliated in public just because they were outsiders. That moment lit a fire inside Mayura. The next day, Mayura and his grandfather went to the royal court of the Pallava.
Esteemed judges, my grandfather was unjustly humiliated by the royal guard. I implore you, grant us the justice that is due.
But the court dismissed the complaint. To them, it was only a small matter, and Mayura was not even from their kingdom, so justice was denied. For the Pallava, it was nothing, but for Mayura, it changed everything. That day, Mayura made a powerful decision. The young scholar put down his books and picked up a sword. He returned to the forests of Karnataka and began gathering supporters, farmers, hunters, local warriors. Slowly, a new force was rising. Under the leadership of Mayurasharma, a small army began to form. These were not imperial soldiers. They were ordinary people, but they believed in dignity and freedom. For years, Mayura trained them in the rugged forests of Karnataka. Soon the news reached the powerful Pallava dynasty, the same empire that once ignored him. Now he was returning, not as a student, but as a challenger. The Pallava forces marched to crush the rebellion. They expected an easy victory, but they underestimated Mayura. The battles were fought across forests and hills. Mayura knew the land. His warriors moved quickly. Slowly, the powerful Pallava forces were pushed back, and the impossible happened. Mayura won. From this victory emerged a new kingdom, the Kadamba Dynasty. This became the first indigenous ruling dynasty of Karnataka. Under the Kadamba Dynasty, local culture flourished. Kannada began appearing in royal administration and inscriptions. Their rule laid the foundations for future kingdoms like the Chalukya dynasty. What began as a young scholar's humiliation had now become the birth of a kingdom. History sometimes begins with great battles, but sometimes it begins with a single insult. From humiliation rose courage. From courage rose a kingdom. And that kingdom helped shape the identity of Karnataka. The story of Mayurasharma reminds us, one determined person can change history. For more inspiring stories from India's forgotten history, follow us at culturalignite.com and connect with us on our social media channels. Together, let us rediscover the stories that shaped our civilization.